Chapter 84. Scarlett scowled. Stop this bloody nonsense. The restaurant has nothing to do with you. Don't go hoping that I'll pay you even 1 penny. That painting belongs to the restaurant. If you don't hand it to us now, I'll have to call the cops and report you for theft. Stanley, who was standing next to Scarlett, scoffed as well. Listen up, kid. I'd advise you to cooperate with us. My connections within Oris Hill are not something you would like to challenge now, is it? If you don't hand over the painting, I will just have to pay a visit to the Public Security Bureau and they'll lock you up immediately. With what it's worth, you will be sentenced to at least 7 years of jail time. Noah's tears poured down like rain, and he questioned Scarlett. I've been nothing but good to you for the past few years. I gave you everything I had. It's fine if you don't really love me, but why do you have to do this to me? Scarlett let out a cold chuckle. Love you? Who are you to expect such a thing? Listen up, dumbass, I've never loved you. You don't deserve it. I would only fall for a man like Stanley Darling, a man who actually deserves my love. Stanley smiled sarcastically. I forgot to mention this as well. We are very much capable of satisfying each other's needs in bed. Scarlett blushed. Ah, come on, Stanley, why are you mentioning this? I'm so embarrassed. Embarrassed, Stanley chuckled. Why don't we shut the doors and show this useless piece of trash how it's done? Show him how you usually satisfy me. Stanley Darling, no. That would be so embarrassing, Scarlett gushed. Noah couldn't bear to watch the scene in front of him any longer and threw a pillow in their direction as he yelled, You maniacs! Get out! However, Stanley caught the pillow and scoffed. I'm warning you, hand over the painting. Otherwise, I'm breaking your other leg and sending you to jail. Alex, who was at the door listening in on everything that was said, immediately walked into the ward and yelled, You dare to hurt my brother. Do you have a death wish? Stanley turned his head and looked Alex dead in the eye. Who are you? Scarlett replied, He's Alex Anderson, the one who gifted the painting. Stanley laughed out loud. Ah, it's just the useless toy boy. You are indeed quite famous for that, you know? Everyone in Oris Hill knows who you are. Stanley then stared at Alex coldly. I'll give you 5 seconds to get out of my sight. I'll pretend you were never here, and I won't lay a finger on you. Annoyed, Alex scoffed. Get out of your sight. Who do you think you are? Stanley clenched his teeth. Are you trying to challenge me, kid? Alex replied in a cold tone. I don't care who you are, but you've pissed me off today. I'll give you a second chance, though. Apologize to my brother this instant and let him break one of your legs as an apology for what you did to his leg. If you don't, you'll die the most painful death. Upon hearing this, Stanley began laughing like a maniac, his expression suddenly turning dark as he scowled. What did you just say, punk? Me, Stanley, apologizing? Do you have a death wish? Chuckling, Scarlett also added, Alex, are you an idiot? Challenging my darling Stanley? Do you really want to die that badly? Alex spoke coldly, keep your mouth shut, bitch. Scarlett's blood boiled, and she turned to Stanley. Stanley Darling, he just called me a bitch. Have someone rip him into shreds. Stanley clenched his teeth once more. Just you wait, you incompetent swine. I'll have someone kill you this instant. Alex smiled coldly upon hearing those words. Sure, but remember. If you fail to kill me, both you and this bitch will have to pay a great price later on.